You said all the right things. You didn't yell, you didn't lose it, you kept your voice even. You used a calm tone. You said the words you probably rehearsed 100 times in your head on the drive home. And it didn't matter. They still escalated, or they still shut down, or the whole evening still unraveled in a way that left you standing in the kitchen wondering what just happened. Here's what nobody told you. Your children were never listening to your words. They were reading your body. And your body, no matter how well trained your face is, told them everything. Welcome to the Raw Regulation on the Regulated Life. I'm Erica Carter Folk, transformational coach and nervous system educator. This is your daily somatic reset. 8 to 10 minutes of science, real talk, and an actual practice you can use today. Today we're talking about the Wi-Fi connection. And I want to be clear from the start. This episode is not here to add to your parenting guilt. There's enough of that already. This episode is here to give you something that guilt never could, an explanation and a tool. Because once you understand why your nervous system state matters more than your words, you stop trying to find the perfect script and you start working on the signal. So let's go. I want to walk you through what is actually happening neurologically because I think when we understand the biology, we stop taking it personally. Dr. Stephen Porges, the neuroscientist behind polyvagal theory, gave us the concept of neuroception. This is your nervous system's continuous below-conscious process of scanning the environment for signals of safety or threat. It is not a thought. It is not a decision. It happens before your conscious mind even registers what's in the room. And here's what makes neuroception so important for this conversation. It is exquisitely attuned to other nervous systems. We're social mammals. Our nervous system evolved in community. We learn to stay safe by reading each other, not through language, but through the tone of voice, the micro expressions on a face, the quality of breath, the tension in a body. Dr. Porges identified something called the social engagement system, a biological circuit that reads safety cues from the faces and voices of the people around us. This system is operating constantly in every room you walk into, in every conversation you have, in every silence you sit in. And in children whose nervous systems are still developing, still learning what safety feels like, still building the internal infrastructure for self-regulation, this system is running at full sensitivity. Here's the piece that I want you to really let land. A child cannot yet self-regulate in the way an adult can. The capacity for top-down emotional regulation, the kind that comes from the prefrontal cortex, is not fully developed until mid-20s. What a child's nervous system does instead is borrow regulation from the safe adult. This is co-regulation. It's not just a nice parenting concept. It's a biological survival mechanism. A child who cannot find a regulated nervous system to anchor to is, at the level of their physiology, receiving a threat signal. Now let me add one more piece to this. Dr. John Cacioppo's research on social connection showed us that relational signals, that felt sense of safety or disconnection from another person, have measurable effects on our immune function, our cardiovascular system, our baseline stress hormone. We are not talking about feelings in the airy, abstract sense. We're talking about biology. Your nervous system state is a physical environment for the people in your home, not your mood, your state. And state lives in the body, not in the words. Let me make this concrete. You had a day. Maybe it was a hard conversation that never got resolved. Maybe it was an accumulation of 100 small things. The email that landed wrong, the plan that fell apart, the feeling of running behind before you even got started. You handled it. You keep going. By the time you're on your way home, your face has returned to neutral. Maybe even done things where you give yourself a little pep talk. Okay, leave it at the door. Be present. Be the parent. And you mean it. Genuinely mean it. But here's what's still happening underneath the intention. Your heart rate is slightly elevated. Your shoulders are sitting somewhere around your ears, and your breath is shallow. Your jaw has a familiar clench. Your nervous system, even though your mind has tried to move on, is still processing, still activated, still in it. And when you walk through that door, your child's nervous system scans you instantly before you speak, before you set your bag down, before you say hello. And it detects something is off. Now, that child does not have a cognitive language to think my parent is still processing a stressful workday and their sympathetic nervous system is mildly activated. They don't have that. What they have is a felt sense, a physiological signal. And that signal says the environment is not quite safe right now. And depending on their own nervous system wiring, depending on what they've learned to do when safety feels uncertain, they respond. Some kids escalate. They get louder, needier, more provocative. Because activation is a bid for connection. If they can get a reaction from you, even a frustrated one, their nervous system at least knows where you are. Some kids go quiet. They disappear into their room, into their screen, into themselves. Their nervous system has learned that withdrawal is safer than reaching towards someone who isn't available. And some kids perform. They become extra helpful, extra sweet, extra agreeable, because their nervous system has learned that making you comfortable is the fastest route to felt safety. None of these responses are bad behavior. They are intelligent adaptations to the signal you are broadcasting without knowing it. So here's what we do. I call this the signal check. And it's practice for the transition moments. The moment before you walk into your home, the moment before you pick up the kids, the moment before you sit down to dinner and you know you're still carrying something from earlier in the day. This practice takes about 2 to 3 minutes. You can do it in your car, you can do it in the parking lot, you can do it standing outside a door, wherever you have a sliver of space between one world and the next. Start by finding stillness. If you're sitting, feel both feet flat on the floor. Feel the weight of your body in the seat. If you're standing, feel your feet making contact with the ground beneath you. Take a breath in through your nose, not a forced breath, not a performance, just a natural inhale, a little slower than usual. Now exhale through your mouth and make this exhale longer than the inhale. Take your time with it. Let it be audible if it wants to be. One more time. Inhale slowly through your nose. Exhale through your mouth, long and easy. Now, without judgment, without trying to fix anything, do a quick body scan. Where are your shoulders right now? Are they up near your ears? See if you can let them drop an inch. What's happening in your jaw? Are your back teeth clenched? See if you can unclench them. Let your tongue rest softly in your mouth. What about your hands? Are they gripping something? The steering wheel, your bag, your phone? See if you can open them. Rest them open, palms up or palms down. Take another breath, in slowly, out long and easy. Now, and this is the part that matters most, ask yourself honestly, what am I still carrying right now? Not what happened, not who was wrong, not what needs to be fixed, just what is still in my body from today. Name it internally. Not to process it fully, just to acknowledge it. I'm still carrying frustration from that conversation. I'm depleted and I haven't eaten since noon. I'm anxious about something I can't control right now. Just name it. That naming, that honest internal accounting, is an act of self-regulation. It tells your nervous system, I see what you're holding. You don't have to work so hard to get my attention. Take one final breath in and out. And then, when you're ready, set an intention, not a performance, an honest one. Something like, I'm going to walk in and be as present as I can right now. Not perfect, present. That's it. That's the signal check. Use it anytime when you're about to enter a relational space. Your home, a family dinner, a pickup line, a bedtime routine, and you know your nervous system is still carrying something from somewhere else. Use it even when you think you're fine, especially when you think you're fine, because high-functioning people are often the last to realize their body is still activated. The face learned to look fine long before the nervous system learned to feel fine. You do not have to be fully regulated to enter a room. That's not the goal. The goal is awareness, because awareness changes the signal even when we can't change the state completely. One breath of intention is not nothing. It's the beginning. And I want to say one more thing clearly. This practice is not only for parents. If you have close people in your life, a sibling, a best friend, a partner, a roommate, a colleague you eat lunch with every day, your nervous system state affects them too. Co-regulation is not exclusive to parent-child relationships. It's the fabric of all human connection. So check the signal. Not for perfection, for presence. If today's episode resonated, the Spiral Reset audio is your next step. It's a free 5-minute guided nervous system reset that you can use anytime, in your car, before a hard conversation, at the end of a long day. Grab it at mind-fusion.com/audio. Link is in the show notes. I'll see you tomorrow. And tomorrow we're talking about something that doesn't get nearly enough airtime in the parenting and nervous system conversation. The quiet danger of being checked out. Because silence, the kind that comes from a frozen nervous system, is not neutral to the people who love you. I'll see you then.